realization I've come to is that happiness is a fleeting emotion. It's not always going to be around, and that's very much okay. So, happiness. That's what we were talking about last time. And over this past week, I've been thinking quite a lot about happiness, and especially what I've been taught happiness is and what media and culture say happiness is at the moment. You see, what even happens in schools and throughout all of growing up, and even as we get older and we start to step into a career, actually we're told that happiness is a reward, that if we could just work hard enough, that one day we'll be happy. And I think once you grab this big enough slice of happiness, that it will stay that way, that it will sustain, that it won't just disappear. But the realization I've come to is that happiness is a fleeting emotion. It's not always going to be around, and that's very much okay. The human life is full of contrast, so if you have days where you're sad, that actually makes the days where you're happy all the sweeter. That actually, if it was Christmas every day, Christmas would just be normal. So I think happiness can be seen in a similar way, that I'm never going to be happy every day of my life. I'm going to have ups and downs, and that's okay. And that's actually been humanity's struggle right from the beginning of humanity, that we're always looking for happiness. We're always looking for a sense of fulfillment, and for that not to be met is okay. So I feel like I can breathe a little bit. I can relax a little bit. There's suddenly less pressure to be happy because, yeah, as I was saying, culture and media put a lot of pressure on that. We live in a very much reward-based culture, and the ultimate reward in life is to be happy and content. And I don't know if that's the best way to look at finding happiness. I actually think that rather than focusing on the reward at the end of a career where you can retire, actually the process of walking towards the reward is what actually brings happiness, if that makes sense. It's kind of very much what everyone's talking about at the moment, trying to be present and active in the moment and not distracted. I read a Forbes article recently that a friend of mine, Maddie, sent me, and it was unbelievable, this statistic. It basically said that 47% of our time we're not thinking about the present moment in front of us, that we're actually thinking about being somewhere else, or we're thinking about a different version of our future, or we're thinking about what could happen in the future. So we're always focused on what's to come and the reward in that, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you hedge all your bets and your happiness and where you'll find fulfillment in life on the future, then you're never going to find happiness in the moment, or you're going to find it less frequently. So I think that's the place I've come to. It's not that I'm going to be happy every day for the rest of my life, or I'm going to work towards a goal where one day I will be happy and that will stay and remain. But actually, I just want to find happiness more than I find it at the moment. I want to find times where there's a little less contrast, and rather than there being sad and happy and they're more 50-50, like maybe that could be 70-30, and I'll be pretty happy at that.